Welcome to the locker. Season 5, episode 35. I'm your man, A. White. Low, my man, E. Styles. Man. Yeah. All that. Something's going on, man. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Nothing going on.
Van, what's going on, man? Before we get this thing underway.
Please don't cry for me, Argentina. That's all I can say. This is a rough one, brother. Rough. But the basketball cats put on a shooting exhibition tonight. They were. What's people South Carolina? He did it to Jackson Duck. That was, man. We were on fire in the second half. Jeez.
So that's where we at with this thing. You only concerned about our basketball program at this point. It seems like.
Oh, well. Lighter note, condolences to the Stoops family.
Yes, indeed.
To lose one parent is rough. To lose both is I can't imagine. Especially for the boys to lose their mom, man. That's a hard one. So hopefully I will say this. Not the win or loss, but the way these young men come out this weekend after your head man is grieving is going to tell me a lot about this team. This team's character. A lot. Hopefully it's a good one.
And you know what? It makes me kind of wonder, man. We done beat him up the last couple of weeks. I wonder if that's his parents got to be old. And I also want to ask you, Van. I don't want this to come off the wrong way. It can't come off no way but wrong. But you said it's terrible. You understand it's terrible that he lost not one, but both parents.
Mm-hmm.
You can relate to this how?
I can't.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, how you know?
I'm
telling you, I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just lost my grandmother last year.
Right.
I've lost two great aunts, not great two aunts that were unbelievable years ago. So I've had I've had people in my family that have been ultimately close to me, but my mom and dad are still kicking. Thank God.
Fortunately.
Yes.
And we appreciate them. And my mom, she always got to have her 2 cents in on our show. So she's still kicking. So condolences to the Stoops family. And I'm with you, though. I kind of wonder if that's kind of been something that's been pulling them away from football. And I will tell you this, man, before we get into the real talk, we're going to see what you got to say about the Florida going down the swamp and getting swamped. I will say something about, and this is one thing people lose sight of, and I try to bring up from time to time, that yes, Mark Stoops makes a lot of money to do what he does. If y'all want to be mad at somebody, be mad at Mitch Barnhart, because he's the one who paid him that type of money. But at the end of the day, he's making his money. He's still a human at the end of the day. Do I think he's willing to work $10 million, $9 million worth of effort to earn it every week? Yeah, nah. Once you got the checks coming in, I'm telling you, my little job, I do. I ain't gonna say how much I do because I don't know who's watching. But I'm saying he's dealing with that. He's doing NIL, dealing with players complaining, dealing with the coaches complaining, dealing with the fan base complaining. And like I said, I'm telling you, this is the only thing in the back of my mind is he's never really talks about his family, the good or the bad, when he was married or whatever. That if he know this was going on in the back of his mind, man, that is unfathomable. I'm talking, we're a big state. Our fan base is huge. For you to be trying to coach a game, dealing with coaches, dealing with players, dealing with the fan base, talking about you don't lost to this team, and I don't know how long she was sick. I don't know what the circumstances were, but everybody keep asking what happened with Ole Miss, what happened with Georgia. You know, we was right there with Georgia. We got Ole Miss. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying that even is even a reason, but I could not fathom. I could not fathom being in control of a whole situation that he's in control of while I know I'm about to lose the centerpiece of my life. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm there are some things that I've said since Saturday that now I have to take back because there were some things on the sideline. I'm like, dude, he seems different.
Yeah, that has been said a lot. Yep.
Dude, he seemed different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I'm like, for him, what I what I came to with my assessment is that it's because he can't find answers to the issues that are happening. So it's like he's kind of like dumbfounded. But now hearing that his mom has been sick, now I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe that was on the forefront of his mind, and that's why he was. This is not what I think he was, but he seemed disconnected.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it all makes sense, man. It I don't know how long she's been sick, as you said, but if it's been for 3 weeks, I get it. I get how he became ex- more emotional after that Ole Miss game than I've seen from
Ah.
him in a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
And maybe the level of disconnect the last two games, it all makes sense now. And it's unfortunate because I've been saying this for a long time, is we don't understand what these people are going through on a daily basis. And I usually say it about the players because I've been a player and I know there was times in my career that there was other things that were pulling me. And people don't understand it's not just Kentucky that's on your mind. You have family, you have issues. Everybody has issues. I don't care how much money you have. Everybody has issues, and people deal with issues differently. So I've always stated that, and I can't imagine as a coach that the amount of time you spend away from your family, and now you feel away because you've been away from your family for so long, especially your mom. How many times has he gone back home to his mom with all the NIL, with all the stuff pulling down, with all this and that, fundraising, dealing with all these kids that are not yours, but they really are your kids, dude. It's draining. I can only imagine.
And that's kind of what I was thinking. That was the other thing I was thinking, man. Like I said, I mean, I go back to, my father passed, man. You wouldn't believe it. I found out how superhuman I was, and I thought I was superhuman before that. I'm not saying that I was actually superhuman, but I was there as much as I could be. I would go to work. I was management, so I would go to work 10 or 12-hour shift. If I can get my 40 hours in 3 days, get in 3 days, get off work, drive home, and when they need a lot of assistance, you got to
Mm-hmm.
be there 3, 4, 5 in the morning. My mom was doing this by herself and was wearing
Okay.
her down, so I went home and did that for 2 or 3 days, 3 or 4 days,
Dang.
however it worked out. It's usually two or
Uh-huh.
3 days. Come back, get off the road, change clothes, go into work. I did
Dang.
that for, dude, I kid you not, I did that for 5 or 6 months straight. Nobody ever
Yee.
know. We ain't never been. Me and my mother know that because she was feeling
Right.
like she was overwhelmed, talking
Right.
about giving up and all this, that, and the third. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, so this is kind of where I'm at. Like, I feel like you feel a little bit like last couple weeks we've been talking about how much money he makes with having at a certain point when you making this type of money because there's a job you're supposed to do, but if this comes in lieu of you being there for your man, that is and it's not that I don't even care if it's $2 million. It's the
Right.
fact you signed up for this job. You don't want to let the kids. You letting more people down by not being there.
Yeah.
To save that one person who means everything to you. Well, not save, but
To be
cherish
there.
memories with
Yeah.
with that one person means shit. I don't know, man. So all this stuff that's been happening does make a little sense. Hopefully our fan base will give a little empathy, and that's what's crazy. I'm not mad at the fans by any means, but that's what's crazy. Now I don't see no fans saying nothing negative about them. They paying, they paying support, which you should. But that's one thing I always try to tell people on Sunday mornings when we talk on here. That man, now if somebody's just a bonehead, they just a bonehead. But when
Right.
somebody's uncharacteristic or like, that ain't them. Kind of, man, give a little pause. Cause while you over there cussing somebody out, then you get a news break. No, he don't deserve to make this money. You get a news break on your TV while you having this rant. Oh, damn. Whole perspective changes. That's why I look at the game a lot different ways with the players. And when they look out for some of the players like Deontay Goodwin, his mom had a situation.
Right.
And that's why I've been close to trying to, follow Chris Oates situation.
Right.
Like, man, at this age, man, this
Right.
dude's health was taken from him, his future was taken from
Right.
him. And Stoops and they gang just take it like it ain't nothing, man. We there for him. They always there for him. And that is one reason I've said this for a long time. I've never had a player's coach. It may have been, we had players coaches because you was a player. They loved you. I ain't never had no coach that supported me right or wrong. It was always, you got to do better. They don't like that. And I was strong-headed. So if I ain't like what you wanted me to do, or you didn't give me the recipe, I wasn't hearing it.
I don't understand why there's a misconception about me and my playing career. If I was a
It
player,
ain't no misconception. What's the misconception?
If I was a player's coach, if I was a coach if I was a player out of coach's life,
If you were a teacher's pet,
I would have started every damn game at least my senior year. I did not. I did not start every game
because you wore a soft helmet.
No, it wasn't. The concussions were over. It was little stuff. If I didn't practice full speed on Wednesday, it was a rule. I didn't start.
So why wouldn't you practice full speed on Wednesday? Why wouldn't you practice full speed?
Because I had a wrist issue. They said I couldn't tackle.
Okay, you acting like you didn't start for other reasons.
No. But if I was healthy on Saturday, I was held out by
No.
That's bull. That's bull. So for all this
man was spoiled, y'all. I don't care what he say, man. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
If I was fall, then I would have started every game since my sophomore year.
That's not how that works. But anyways, that is not how it works. If you were hurt, they can't just play you because you hurt.
How many?
They got a job to protect.
Okay, hold on. During the Mummy era, if Craig Geese had a nicked up knee, it didn't practice, even though y'all didn't practice. If he didn't practice Tuesday or Wednesday, but was full go. It wasn't like he wasn't at practice. He just couldn't do the tackling drills, or he couldn't do the whatever drills y'all were doing. Just some of the drills, not all the drills. He couldn't do just one or two drills. I think Mummy was starting him on Saturday.
He wasn't. Did you never hear the story about where Craig Geese was put on second string in the spring and he was getting laid out by us?
In the spring, I'm talking about when the games count.
I'm saying that is why they did that his first year. He said, if you're gonna be hurt and you're not available, then Q McCours are starting X.
Okay, I'm wrong.
So I'm telling you, you're the only person I've ever seen get this carte blanche.
What you mean?
Nothing. Moving along.
I want to hear. What's the carte blanche? Well, what I have carte blanche?
Hey.
I have carte blanche.
What?
How I have it? What
I don't know if you had carte blanche or not. I wasn't over there.
Okay.
I just know I ain't never really heard no coaches yell at you. I know that. Say you ain't do nothing wrong. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Ain't
Choked
nobody.
up. They got a loss of words.
Ain't nobody. I want to say, because doing anything wrong is a horrible, but ain't nobody not practice hard. Yeah, you can't say that Van ain't never practiced hard. You ain't say that Van ain't never had attention to detail. What you gonna yell at me for? Loafing?
Here you go. There we go.
Huh?
There they go.
What you gonna yell at me for?
There they go. Hey, that ain't. I'm telling you.
But Coach Smith did yell at me my freshman year.
That was the last time you was yelled at.
You got in my ass. Yeah,
When y'all was going 9. When y'all was going 1 and 10.
No. My freshman year was 6 and 5. My freshman year.
Oh, your freshman. Oh, you 2 years. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
so you a season when y'all went 1 and 10.
Well, yeah, that was. Don't fuck.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure.
That was some bullshit right there. See, that's the year. That's a year, Anthony. That's a year. See, I'm trying to steer away from this fucking Florida game. I'm trying to get us off of this. I'm trying to get us to. I'm trying to get us to where we talk about the Florida game for like 10 minutes. That's a year, dude, where I led the team in picks with 3. If I would have played the amount that I should have played, I would have had at least 6. And if I had 6, that puts me in a better situation selfishly in the record of picks in school history. But because things I didn't play as much as I should have. My reps were cut. That's just real.
Okay, you are human. He is human.
Yeah. That year pisses me off.
I'm not a Cardinals fan, JD. This is the only team
he played for the Cardinals, yeah,
that I have credit for.
Is it?
I told you that 3 shows ago.
What the Raiders? You have credit? You have credit for the Raiders?
Nope.
Damn.
No, sir. But I always been wanting to wear NFL gear, so I'm only from now here on out wearing. I'm wearing I can't, because the Rams are now Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only wearing Raiders and Cardinals gear, black and red. There ain't a lot you can do with the
blue
Rams gear. So
yeah,
and
that's a weird blue too. That wasn't even.
Oh
navy.
yeah. You can't find a whole lot to go with that.
That's an odd color blue.
I will say this, since you're avoiding the Florida game. I will say
Wait, what?
They announced today. They announced today that
Wait, what?
that Tua. They announced today that Tua coming back. Like,
yeah.
I'm interested to see what the conversation was behind that, because everybody knows. Apparently, he must be the only one who doesn't know the ramifications behind him continue to have his brain rattled, because every hit is getting lighter and lighter that's concussing him.
Yeah. No.
Like they ain't knockout blows. You just getting grazed against the head. So there's some damage being done there. But I'm also wondering on the back end that, you should just go ahead and hang him up. Now we gonna give you 1/10 of what you supposed to. And now at this point, you looking at your future and your livelihood, not your livelihood, because I think he's gonna be straight. But if you ain't never working again and you ain't even 30.
All right. I'm gonna put it to you like this. As a guy who had a shit ton of concussions for free, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure that I understand that he had his, and everybody can see it. You know what I'm saying? But I can't see why he can't play if he wants to. And I understand that every hit has been lighter, and so to speak, but I don't think it's the money because I'm about to tell you how much money he made. Now I will say this:
How much money on the other side that you owe me?
how many has he had? 2 or 3? 3,
I
right?
think it's more than 3. I know he had 2 in back-to-back weeks at one point.
Yeah, last year had back-to-back.
And that
right?
don't even count what happened in high school or college. You remember Rocky? Was it Rocky? Throw in the damn towel. You remember that? I know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find. Oh, he hasn't played that long.
I'm telling you, it ain't because he's usually concussed or hurt.
He has. Yeah, he still made $30 million, $42 million. No, that was his next. Why can't I find this? I'm gonna find. He has about
Go ahead.
$100 million in hand
That he's made, or that's what I'm trying to tell you. Are we
that
talking
he's
about what
made.
he's made that he
That
has
he's
in
made.
pocket? Or are we
That
talking
he-
about what he's leaving on the table if he decides to stop playing?
that he made because he just signed a new contract with $42 million guaranteed. So, well, I don't need the cash breakdown. I need to see they done. Oh, here we go. Career on earnings. As of right now, he's got $73 million in the bank.
That's what he has in the bank, or
that's what he has.
That's what he's been paid.
That's what he's been paid.
And so okay, so you do NFL math. Be honest with so he got $35 million in the bank.
So he got. Let's just say he's an ass, which we know he ain't. He got $15 million in the bank right now, minimum.
Okay.
So
okay. And that's cool. That's cool if you're accustomed to making $40 million a year.
You got more than that. I bet you got more than that.
Okay, but I'm saying, but if you say so, if you buying $5 million house, $7 million house, you bought your mama's house, you bought.
They all live in the same place.
What's his little brother doing? What do he ever do?
They all live in the same place. Remember, he's Samoan. They're all in. They're all in the same place.
These thoughts are Van. Come on,
they're all in the same place.
Oh
no, his family tight.
Man.
His family tight. I bet you his brother is. I bet you they in a nice facility, and they're out. I guarantee you.
These thoughts are Van Hiles and Van Hiles all along.
But you are right, though. I'll say this. This is what will bring you back. He gets 51 next year, 55 the next year, 37 year after that. So if I can play the 2026, I get $100 million.
Right. Double what he got in the bank now.
Yeah. So,
and if you said they all living in the house, what you think they saying? And I'm not buying. I'm not about to push. I'm not about to press your thing, man. You said that's man. That's downright disrespectful, man. Racist, everything.
No, their family's tight.
It's culturist and racist. But black people can't be racist, so I'm gonna let it slide.
You know, Anthony. You know damn well. Well, it's not even culture. I'm a little bit, but his family, as he was going through Alabama, they stated how tight they were. So I don't know 100%. I can't. I'm just throwing that out there. This is an entertainment show, but they seem tight enough where he would buy a house and have a wing for his parents and a wing for him.
These are Van Hiles.
You felt like a dog right there, didn't you? What you whimpering?
I'm gonna say this: Van Hiles is talking that you 20-something years old, you got $100 million. You want your money
in Miami.
Why not? Why not buy? What's that thing where you had a little neighborhood? What they call that thing where you buy the cul-de-sac and compound?
A compound?
Yeah,
a compound.
What? Just do that. Oh man, Man, if you're gonna be running them in and walking them out, what are you talking about? You talking when you want your mama?
No.
It don't matter what wing they on. You ain't no.
That's
Miss
why you
Howes.
call wing.
Hey,
That's why you
Mama
call wing.
Howes, I hope you were watching this show to see how your son thinks.
That's why you put him on a wing.
No,
I mean a wing, like a wing, like way over
why not? No, why not give them their own habitat? Like, why not give them the house across the street or give them a guest house in the back?
Same thing. That's what I'm saying. Same thing. We're talking the same language.
Bama money. Yeah.
No,
NIL wasn't in building. NIL wasn't in back then, but they might have been giving something.
So, boy, this is crazy.
No, it's not a cul-de-sac. We was talking about what he said, compound. Whatever.
So,
if I ever get enough money, that's what I'm doing with my family. Instead of me having to run back and forth, I'm putting them all in the neighborhood. I'm gonna have me a house over there, but I'm also gonna have me a house across town. So when they start acting like my family acts when they get together, I'm gone. But go ahead.
All right, and I take it back. Tua did not. They got his house on. I don't know. This is what they saying. This way they say he lives. It's only 5,000.
Van house all along because he reckless today.
It's only 5,000 square feet, so he only spent he spent less than $2 million on it. So
yeah,
he cheap.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm trying to tell you. He probably trying to save his country or something.
Well, now that's racist.
No. I'm saying he probably taking his money back there. He probably wants his money for a bigger something. That means more to me that he's trying to use the money for more good than anything else. You acting like
I'm acting like. How you know what I'm acting like?
Because you basically pretty much said like you did not disguise your concern.
Pretty much.
There was something said in here. So I'm gonna say this before we get off this thing and move along to Florida. So AJ and Brent is over here talking about Brent saying he don't think the Guardian cap will help. Kendrick thinks the Guardian cap. JD, I think a lot of people saying the Guardian cap will help. My whole point is, I'm saying the glancing blows he are taking. I don't think where he is at is not like they're jarring blows. I don't think it's jarring. So even the Guardian cap is still gonna have his head move, which I think is the jerk of the head, which your brain is shaking in there, which is messing him up. I would like for him to sit down. If anybody wants to do themselves a favor, go look at the video when Teddy Bridgewater talked about when he walked away from the game. He said he was knocked out one day. His teammates wake him up. He on the field. I don't know how long it was. It wasn't a couple minutes. He said when they were shaking and waking him up, he thought he was in the hotel before the game.
Right. I feel you.
And they was in the middle of a game. He said he thought he was out for 5 minutes. He thought he was just asleep.
Right.
And he said, man, he walked away from it. Like, and that's why you look at different coaches. I'm sure Teddy Bridgewater ain't come from a bunch of money. No, I'm sure he made pretty good money. I'm pretty sure he probably ain't made what Tua made to this point. Because Tua came in this different era. Tua came on this different era. The money was up there when Tua got in there.
No, money was up when Bridgewater got there because now
it wasn't where it's at now.
Because because remember the guy for Oklahoma that played for St. Louis, the Heisman Trophy winner, who got all that money, but he ain't play because he kept getting hurt. And they changed the salary. They made a salary cap, so there was you can only make a certain amount of money as a first round pick. Like nowadays, honestly, you don't need an age in your first contract if you're first or second, third rounder because it's already slotted for you.
Yeah.
Back in those days, you could make upward of whatever. So Tua's kind of
Bradford.
That's it. Tua's he came at I don't know when Teddy came, but let's see what Teddy got. I can tell you. Teddy career is 64.
He didn't earn 64 in his career?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What'd you just say about Tua? Tua, next 2 years, Tua for 3 years, he had 150 more than what he got now.
Because Teddy Bridgewater got hurt. That messed Teddy Bridgewater up. Teddy Bridgewater only had 1 year. When he got traded, he got 24 from the Panthers. But then it ain't never hit that again.
Exactly. Why I always got to defend myself against you? Like I don't know what I
No,
thought.
Teddy Bridgewater made his money though. $64 million ain't nothing to sneeze at.
It ain't nothing to sneeze at, but I'm telling you, it's not what this dude looking at. Like this dude looking at 40 a year.
Oh,
50
so
a year.
So Bridgewater came after Sam Bradford. He probably came in that salary cap age.
Yeah, like I said, but Bridgewater at the end of the day, man, like I said, man, you got at some point, that's what I hope it ain't. At some point, you got to humble yourself and just be like, look, man, I want to walk, man. Because like I said, I look at Muhammad Ali, man. I look at Earl Campbell, them dudes walking around. They had to do that back in their day. To be relevant, to make money, you had to do what they did. You don't have to do that no more. I'm saying, man, hold on, I'm going to say this last thing. People are always like, man, damn, you had good stats. Da, da, da. They always ask me about me. I always say this. The one thing I am grateful for that gave me blessing to walk away from the game was I got all my limbs. I ain't got no problems. Like I can still play, do a whole lot of stuff.
You ain't lying.
And that's the one thing I'm like, that's one thing I'm grateful for.
You ain't lying. That is something. I will say this, and this is why I believe he has a better chance of coming back and surviving. Now, I will say this: between the first and the second one was bullshit. But guys now, they force you to stay out longer than what they did back in the day. Back in the day, they put that smelling salt on your ass. You get knocked. You're right. You back in. At least now there is a baseline test. So at least now with the rest, with the time they require you to do, and then the post concussion protocols are better for you. So I hear you though. If he was my son, it'll be hard. But if I was a player, I get it because I've done it. Then I already stated, and then I had a wife. Girlfriend at the time. I said, fiance at the time. I said, if I get another one, I'm done. And I got another one, so I had to hold to my word, and I was done. So
why do you hit with your head? But why do you hit with your head instead of your shoulders? You was bigger than me. Why you running around putting your head in there? Hit with your shoulders.
I hit
your biceps big enough where you can run up in there.
Everyone I got hitting, I got ear hole. So I didn't hit.
You was getting hit.
No, so just think about it. When I turned, I was getting ear hole. You get what I'm saying?
They took me out of defensive back room too early. I could have straightened you out, bro.
Everyone, right when I hit. So now what I could have done is hit totally with my shoulder, but then I have bad shoulders. Because everybody I hit was
get that replaced. You can't get your noodle. You can't get your noodle replaced.
Because everybody that I had a concussion with was over 250. Now that's my problem. Is I was stupid to just not go cut a tight end. Everyone I had a fullback and tight ends. I never got concussed out of receiver, and I blew up a ton of receivers. But tight ends, dude, I don't know why. Why I try to punk tight ends. That's on me.
That's what, for y'all who's listening, Van Houser almost made me give up football.
When?
Yeah.
Which one?
I was my freshman year, I was in DB room with y'all. We out there. Was it pass Skelly? Or was it? I don't know if it was scrimmage or pass. It was at Nutter, so we wasn't on the field. You in cover two. I'm over there watching corners. You in cover two. Big Chris.
Yep, the tight end.
Yeah, Chris. Can't remember what his name was.
Big white tight end.
Big, yep. About 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, yep. That's
he
me.
He come out in the flat. Here you go. Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep. He ain't
I'm on
lying.
the sideline.
He
I'm on
ain't
the
lying.
sideline. Huh?
Dude, that was preseason. I said he ain't lying.
No, I'm saying no. That was right. That was still summer camp or before the season started.
Yeah,
I was over there with y'all because I wasn't over there with y'all long.
Yeah.
I bullshit. I don't even know. You act like you don't even know this. So I'm looking like that's exactly what I would have did. Sonic the Hedgehog. Man, we get home. 330-425.
He called Mama White, did you?
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I'm coming home. I don't want to play football no more. What are you talking about? Man, I seen dude get knocked out today. On defense. On offense, I can avoid you. On offense, so I'm cool. You say, what? Nah, I really don't like playing football that much. I just play because it was fun. It ain't fun no more. What are you talking about?
So
hold on. Let me call you back. Nah, all right. Hey, I hadn't even unfinished packing my bag. Well, you can call whoever you want to. By the time you get on the phone, I'm gonna be back home. So I hang the phone up.
So y'all,
bring. Hello, boy, what you doing down there? Nothing. I'm just playing. You know, we in practice. So what's going on, Granny? Your mama said you trying to leave. Boy, you ain't got shit up here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, nah. I mean, I just played football because it was fun, man. It's down. I don't like being down here in the South, man. I ain't got no friends or nothing. I just want to come back. Maybe I can go to Kent State or Akron or something. Or look at Ohio State. Now this wasn't this conversation, but we did have another conversation because I wasn't giving up. My mama called everybody in the family. I talked to everybody in the family.
Damn.
The last conversation was with my granny. It was with my granny, but it wasn't that day. All right, well, sound like you done made your mind up. I think it's a bad decision. Yeah, nah, Granny. Y'all not doing what I'm doing. Y'all not out here running in this heat, taking these hits. I'm the one. I don't want to do it no more. All right, well, that's fine. You can come back home. I hope you got somewhere to live. You ain't staying with your mama. You ain't staying with your mama. And at that point, I kid you not, just because of the respect I got for my granny, I was like, well, damn. I got a scholarship here. They paying for everything. I go back home. I got to figure out life at 18 years old when I turned down a whole free education. And that was the whole reason I stayed.
Facts.
Although I did get kicked off the team the next year, but
so y'all, I want Chris Davis. I want y'all to understand this. So Anthony came on here earlier talking about Van was a prima donna, and I said one thing you can't say is Van and go all out. That was stupid as hell what I did, but that's all I knew. That's all I knew. And when he said what, and look, I remember everything up to contact.
Yeah,
everything. I remember everything up to contact to this day. But man, after I hit him, I don't remember shit from that to I was in the hospital. That's all I remember.
I ain't never seen such. Cover two, read step. Okay, here you go. Sonic the Hedgehog. I thought you were about to knock them rings from me. Bam, and I'm saying it was nice little. He
turned up on me. He turned his shoulder. That was it.
Yeah,
if he didn't turn his shoulder, he was
running he kept running like he didn't expect you to even impede his progress. And then I'm watching him run, and I'm like, oh, I'm just watching the play. I look over and see you sleep. Oh, hell no. Like, hell no. So if I run up on somebody, man, I'm telling you, that's my mama will tell you that's true story. Man, I call home.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I'm done playing football.
I wouldn't doubt it. The worst thing that I did, and here's another, and then we can talk about Florida. Here's the other one. So for me, I really didn't know who Chris Davis was, to be honest with you. He wore 82, I think. And my dumb ass thought about hitting him in the chest, and he was 260, probably maybe 270. Right. And my dumb ass did that. We played ULM, I think, that same year, and had a tight end that wore 22. I didn't know. So when I saw 22, I'm thinking, oh, same shit. Cover two, out route. I'm like, I'm about to lay this little motherfucker out. The closer I got, the bigger he got. I'm like, I'm already committed. Like you can't put the brakes on now. Yeah. Shit. Same thing. Yeah, that's on me, dude. All I had to do was cut the big man, and I would have been fine. But I hit everybody up in the chest.
Dang, boy. Yeah, man.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the difference, AJ. They get up. The only if Van would have got up and he would have been woozy, would have been different. Van was at a slumber party by himself. And I'm
everyone I had, I was asleep. Every single one.
Damn.
Sleep.
So you were never staggering around?
No. Every single one, I was asleep. It was, you know, in boxing, how you give them the standing hate. Hey, the ref got on me and stopped the fight.
Right. Then he start counting. He didn't even start counting.
He didn't go. Ain't no need. They said, stop the fight. Stop the fight. Every single one. Yep. Out. So
I'm glad we can laugh about it now. Like I said, when I see you laying down there, I'm thinking, honestly, because I ain't never seen it happen. Because I played safety, I played corner a little bit, but they took me off of safety because I used to just come downhill. When I was younger, I used to just leave with my helmet all the time. I'm talking about I used to hurt people. Like I was big, I was a real big kid back then. So I was just like, dang, man, sheesh. So yeah, you hit him. I was like, damn. Like, honestly, I kid you not, the first remind me of Boys in the Hood. Gonna see a dead body. First thing I thought of, well, damn, is he dead? Is he dead? I ain't never seen nobody knocked out. Then when I got up, they could see you sleeping, and I was like, damn, this motherfucker just sleep. And then so I started, they was like, then it really fucked me up though. I don't think it really happened with you. I know it happens in the NFL a lot. It may have happened this day, and this might have been the other thing that really got to me was move it up 10 yards.
Yo, yeah.
This motherfucker, like he's over there asleep. We're not gonna check him. And that's what let me say, no, sir. No. And that might be why they moved me back to offense too.
Yeah. Nah, bro. Nah, AJ. I got 2 at Kentucky. And both of them I was out. Like done. Like Anthony just said. Like Anthony just said, is he dead? Is he all right? Is he gonna breathe? Is he breathing?
I was just trailing the play. You and Chris, bam, cover 2. He flat, boom, routine. And I see Chris, so I'm following the play like, oh, everybody got to scramble to get to Chris. Now they can scramble and get to him. They grab him, they pull him. I look back over, damn, is he hurt? I thought maybe you pulled your knee, you busted your knee up or something. Oh, ain't this about a bed? I went straight home. Hey, man. Yeah. I'm done. I don't want to play football no more.
I was always taught to play all your practice. So that's
Yeah. Football ain't for the faint of heart, man.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's the thing to get you. And if you ain't never been to the I guess it's on every level. And you know what's funny? I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna move on. I can promise y'all, if y'all tuned in for Florida Talk, I don't know if Van ever experienced this, but which tells you when you in NFL, I don't give a damn who you are. If you hurt something in practice, man, time is money.
Hell yeah.
Move it up 10 yards.
Move it up 10.
We was in practice in St. Louis on the indoor. Marshall Park went through a whole jump, came down on defensive line and twisted his ankle, and fell and grabbed his ankle. We ain't gonna move it up. Nope. Everybody paying attention. I mean, we didn't move it up. Like they worked on him, checked him out. Everybody's huddled around him, and I was like, and that might have been his MVP year or the year
that's
after he was the MVP.
Yeah.
And I was like, now mind you, Marshall Falk was my idol. I had his poster on my room when I was in college, but I was like, move it up for this mother. Like, we can't do, like, all of us stopping practice to attend to him ain't gonna help, right? The trainers and them got to do what they got to do. Let's move it up just like everybody else.
That's millions of dollars and about 8 wins. That's like Jimmy Johnson said when he cut that guy that was followed that was asleep in the meeting, and the reporter asked him, if Troy Aikman was asleep, what would you do? I'll wake his ass up. That's what I'll do. I'll wake his ass up. Yeah, it's layers to this.
Right. All right, man. So everybody came here for yeah, what everybody came here for. So the Cats went down to Gainesville, laid an egg.
Don't say that.
Yeah, I'm assuming you have evidence that they didn't. But 48-20.
See, that is the. So let's just say this, Ant.
I expect them to beat them. So don't stand up in front of me talking about.
Yeah. So you expected to beat them. I didn't. It was 13-6. Christian Story intercept the ball, get to the 10-yard line. That's not laying the egg. When I think of laying the egg.
Now your eggs are bigger than most eggs. We're not comparing to yours.
Right.
We ain't comparing to your eggs.
I'm
saying we went down there. We went down there and let 2 true freshmen have, and we can't even say their career days because they career so young.
Yeah.
One of the best defenses in the country. Now tell me this, because you've been in this situation before. I've been on the other end of the spectrum. Our defense is really good, but if you keep putting them up against the fence, because they really didn't get off until the second half. Like, they really didn't take off until the second half. So offense, help me. They got to do something. I'm saying, but they are true freshmen. How you that? I didn't realize that damn quarterback was that big. That joke was like 6'3", like 260, 250.
He from Texas, brother. He a big boy.
Yeah, and he let that thing go. Then you got a little running back there rushing for 5 touchdowns. Man, they ain't did that since Fred Taylor rushed for 4 touchdowns against us, I think, in the first half.
And I know your ass. I know you ain't doing this on God's day 10/23/24. I know you are not doing this. You gonna tell me this fucking defense quarterback was 4 for 11 at halftime? That motherfucker ended up 7 for 14. Dude, he was 7 of 4. Anthony, he only completed half of his passes.
Okay, but you want to keep Chris Collins. Before we go any further, you want to keep Chris Collins. You want to keep, when we was talking about coach, you want to keep Chris Collins, but go ahead. Now, you ain't saying a whole lot about Buff, but go ahead.
All of them, dude. And let me state this first, then I'll give you. All them MFs were for 40 yards or more except one. Every fucking one was big. This motherfucker had everything. He had 7 completions for 200-some yards. Anthony, he had 7 completions for 200 yards. That makes no damn sense. It makes no damn sense. It is everybody since on our show and we're in the locker. I'm not on radio. All of them MFers need to fucking pack it up and go. Every single one. The only one that I can let stay right now is Nichols and Story. All them other MFers can hit the road. Because, bro,
who was number 5?
Waller.
Oh, that's the one from Michigan?
Yeah.
No wonder he came here.
All them MFers can hit the rock. They do. Ain't not one. Ain't one right now. And I'm going to say this, y'all. I praised them. I thought this was the turning point. I'm like, these boys will ball out in Ole Miss game. That was a fucking fluke. That was an anomaly. That ain't the usual. Every fucking one of them needs to hit the road. Because I'm going to say this. I'm going to be honest. This is our show. Only 2 people watching. JQ, this is second year. I gave him first year. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Waller, don't know. But apparently he's supposed to be good. It ain't happening. You can't play outside leverage and single high set. Well, that time it wasn't single. You got outside leverage and you don't put a hand on the receiver and let him just run right by. Dude, it was like we just opened the gate and said, receivers, just run. He ain't gonna throw it that far. Just run. At least when Nichols at the end of the game, he was impressed. At least he was close to him. At least it was a great catch. These were like pass Skelly against scout team. Hear me out. This was pass Skelly. How easy was pass Skelly against scout team walk on?
Yeah.
This was pass Skelly against scout team. Makes no sense. They allow y'all. I don't want to say the words because Mama White listening. They let y'all play man-to-man on the outside, and y'all crap down y'all leg. You can't say in those situations that they didn't allow you to play man. It wasn't like they had a couple big passes and they cut some zone coverage, but a lot of those were one-on-ones against corners. And
one thing Larry Vaught says, I gave JQ a game ball 3 weeks ago. I think.
Fact.
One thing Larry Vaught did say, and I think this is it's not a state of Kentucky thing. I just think it is. Mark Stoops is a player's coach. That these dudes don't handle prosperity well.
They don't.
And you know what I liken it to, because we were already talking about this before. When you're in the NFL or whatever, and I don't know how, we never experienced, me and Van ain't never experienced NIL, but when you're in the NFL, you get that first check, and I'm not, now mind you, that check gonna be about $20,000 or $30,000 if you the low man. So it's like, shit, I got 30. Now mind you, $30,000. Man, you could buy several used cars if you want to. I don't know. I don't be dealing dope. But my point is, the first time you with it, people can say whatever they want to say. Now, if you poor and you got a lot of debt on your back, or you live in rats and roaches in the jacks, you might be like, shoot, man, let me how much you want for first and last month rent, and go get you something. And I think that's kind of where we get. We find a little bit of prosperity. Oh, yeah, wait till next week. I'm going to show you something different. No, you got a different opponent next week. And Van is great for that. Van watched all your films. So, yeah, you got off on him. You know what you ain't going to do to me? What you did to him. And that's what I don't think we at that point yet.
I agree. I'll say this. This is how I put it. Is this group of kids only know bowl game success. That 2018 team did not understand great bowl game success. They had to build that program. Those seniors in 2018, those juniors, redshirt junior, whatever you want to say, they started out in 2014, 2015, where it was rough sledding for a few years. This team here, the guys now only know 2021, 10-3. So they have not faced adversity. Now they facing adversity. Now, how are they going to come out the back end? I'm not confident how they're going to come out the back end, because ain't nobody has a callus. You can talk about these guys that got from Georgia. All they know is winning 10+ games. They ain't built a callus on how to get through adversity. So who's going to help this young group stem the tides to get through adversity? I don't think they have anybody on this team that can do it.
Yeah. That's why I was gonna say we were efforting, but that's why I want to have Square and Jock come on, because I know, and I've been told by many people, it's hard for you to be a leader because Stoops won't allow nobody, like Stoops won't allow the coaches to put the hammer down on the players, but also won't let the players. Mommy used to manufacture fights. He said this. They go out there, sure enough, boom, boom, they scrapping, boom. Hey, man, don't take your helmet off. Why you taking your helmet off? Now they swinging the helmet. They swinging the helmet like your boy over in Cleveland.
right. Like Miles.
Yeah, like Miles. Like Miles Garrett. Yeah, man. So, man, I'm shoot, man. I don't know, man.
And here's the crazy part, Anthony, and I'm gonna keep saying this until the season's over. We don't know what this team is gonna do from week to week.
That is true. That is a fact.
Because I'm gonna tell you this. Even I want people to understand. If I remember that game correctly, right? And this is the stuff that pissed me off about defense. We get a pick. The ref dicked us over twice. The ref messed us over twice. If you watch the spot of the third down play, they moved us back when we know DSK got close. They moved us. We lost a half yard, which makes no sense. But whatever. So it was 13-6. If Story stays outside, it's 13, at least 12, because we can't kick field goals. So our PATs, it'll be 13-12, different game. But 13-6, they get the ball on the 3-yard line, 2-yard line, and like in 2.5 plays, they score. Who is that on? That's on defense.
Right.
This is what I thought when they went from like, okay, if they don't get it, they're on the 2-yard line. They're gonna punt it. We're gonna get it at the 50. At least we're gonna get 3 out of it. Right. But they marched 98 yards in like 3 or 4 plays. Come on, man. So the game went from 6-13 to 20. Then we get a pick that they run to the 1-yard line, and now it's 27. That's the game. Then on that, so let's just say that. So then we score first drive out of halftime. Defense gives up a touchdown right away. We made it 1 possession. They just made it back 2. Come on, man. Then the defense gave them a couple stops, and the offense can't score. They go 2 4th downs after the defense stopped them. They got nothing out of it.
I will say this. And this is what everybody been asking me. And this was crazy as hell because I was looking up stuff about high school football and just something. Saturday, Van Halen, Demi Sumo Karnbay, DSK had 10 carries. Brock Vandergrift had 8. And I'm not saying some of them, whatever, but there was way more design carries than I would have liked after I finished what I'm saying. Chip Trainum, Happy Feet, had 7 carries.
What'd you call that?
Man, at his size, Van House. I ain't even got my camera on. Van House, at his size, you bet not pat your feet in the backfield. At his size. Man.
He don't think he's Derrick Henry. He think he's Derrick Henry.
Dude, Derrick Henry got a different type of line. You ain't got to. Hey, when you keep your eyes up, and that's one thing that I learned in Pee-wees. A lot in high school. Like I see everything. The quarterback but the quarterback was my best friend. So it's where it's supposed to be. I can see what I got to do once I get it. But so stop patting your feet. Hold on. So let me get back to business.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He had 7 carries, 3.7 yard average. The lowest out of anybody who actually carries the ball. Gavin Wimsatt had 4 carries. But Jamarion Wilcox, who averaged 11 yards a carry, only had 3. And he came up with some cackamamie scheme. Has Jamarion done anything to tell you that because Chip came back in, he deserves to take over? And I'm taking when I'm averaging 11 carries, and you got Happy Feet back there with 3 point something. I ain't gonna beat up running backs. So that's my expertise. I'm not gonna beat up running backs. I'm never gonna beat up the kids. His style may not be for what we got right now because this ain't Ohio State. Ohio State got bruisers up front. you're going to at least get to the line of scrimmage after that. You on your own. We not getting to the line of scrimmage. Bush needs to understand that. I don't understand y'all don't want to waste Trainum's year. Y'all don't want to waste Chip's year. But my point being is, are we playing winning football? Like, the stuff we doing is lightweight ridiculous sometimes. Like, I posted, and I don't even post, I don't even post on Twitter except Wednesdays a little bit and Sundays a lot of bit. But we ran, like, one time we ran 2, there was either RPOs or design quarterback runs with Brock. And I'm just like, man, look, we need points. Brock ain't taking it to the house. So
Gavin either.
Yeah, so you got a thing. I think you got a thing for Gavin. But I just don't know how to run the distribution. We didn't even have a whole lot. Our lead rusher had 10. The quarterback had 8. The return in Happy Feet had 7. And I'm just like, man, are you trying to establish, like, first of all, you want to stay on schedule. You want to establish dominance on your play calling. Like, you want to get into productive 2nd and 6s. And we could be in 2nd and 6 every time if we just do simple football. Simple football. Run what you run. We got to run jet sweeps and all this other crap. We got to run RPOs. We got to. So I just don't know what Jamarian Wilcox has done to anybody. I heard Stoops gave an explanation, which had nothing to do with football, that he was punishing Jamarian Wilcox for. And that's why I kind of question, are we trying to win? Like, but if you are happy with your salary, you don't really have to rock the boat. You just want to go home and rest your California queen at night, really, with it really well. But I'm not going to get on. We're not getting on coach tonight. And probably not for the rest of the year, man. Like I said, it got a lot going on, man. I can't imagine. And I feel sympathetic.
So for me, Anthony, I'm confused because AJ and you and I talked about it last week, is that he shouldn't be playing because the way we were coached and the things we were taught, if you're not going to do the things you are required to do and expected to do off the field just doesn't mean school. That means weight training. That means going to the trainers when you're banged up. That means all the things that prepares you for the game on Saturday. If you're not doing that consistently, you shouldn't be playing. So therefore, either you're going to play them or you're not. Either you're going to buck the system or you're going to keep your system where it is. When you play them and then say, I'm not going to give you the carries, you are contradicting the contradiction. So that's all I'm saying is we as players, and I say this, I don't know if y'all newbies. We had a guy, what's Tony last name? DB from Louisville.
Tony?
Yeah, Tony.
Oh, Tony Woods?
Tony Woods. We had T Woods.
About recent.
No, we had T Woods, right? T Woods, when he stepped foot on the field, don't know who T Woods is, never seen him, didn't watch Kentucky high school football. When T Woods stepped on the field, I'm like, damn, he real. If he's on the field, he got to play. If you're going to put him on the field, he got to play. I don't care what he's doing in class. As a player who's trying to win, right?
Right.
Personally, I don't care class meetings. He can fall asleep in every meeting. He can all that stuff. If he comes on the field and gives us a better chance of winning as a player, I'm all in. Now the problem is if the other player on our team who can help us win miss class, don't go to meetings, and you don't play him, but you're gonna play somebody else, that's when we have a problem. So once you let Wilcox play, that means you gotta let everybody play. And that means you gotta let him play. Not just give him crumbs. No, he's the best running back in the room. No disrespect to DSK, but he's the best running back in the room. DSK is the best all-around back, but Tote the Rock, it's no question. You cannot have the most yards out of contact, most yards after contact, and have the juice that you see the difference when he hits a hole, when he hits it, and everybody else on the team. So either you don't let us see that, don't let your peers see it. Once you let them see it, they need them on the field.
Yeah.
What you say? Once you put them on the field, all else is void. Put them on the field.
Is there any concern? I just thought about this, dude. Now here is where we got a problem. Are you concerned about this? And we do too. Are we the wrong people to be concerned about it? If it is a concern, is that you do realize that you got Demi Sumo Karmbe, and apparently Chip Traynor, now he's back. He's second. But Jason Patterson is third, which they both, Jason Patterson is a year underneath Wilcox. So you know how that goes. And we got boy Devontae Mizell, who's coming off injury, who's a stocky joker, run is a horse. You gonna I don't even know why. I don't even really want to say it on here because I don't want nobody. Oh, why you telling her? Why would you stick around if you got to be third or fourth fiddle? And all the prognosticators, AJ played running back. You done played some offense. I done played. Like, we see the dude's nice. I went through the same thing. Like, I mean, after Mo left, we got a senior doing this thing. We're gonna try every freshman to see what they do. I didn't show you nothing. I didn't show you nothing that showed you I shouldn't be playing. Nah, you put me you put me down there in Tuscaloosa.
Okay, what's worse? Them putting you in at Tuscaloosa or putting Couch in the swamp?
Couch in the swamp. I don't know if Couch knew that before the game. Putting me in the Tuscaloosa wasn't a problem. Telling me that on the way to the game was the problem.
Okay.
And like I said, it sounded like a setup. Like, who was gonna win with that? That's why y'all got your ass fired.
Damn.
Chip is out. Chip got hurt already.
Apparently so.
Damn. I wonder if the same injury came back.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna be quiet.
Here you go, man.
I'll be quiet.
You done said enough already. And all of these thoughts coming out of Van House's mouth are Van House and Van House alone. I just want y'all to know.
Yo, we are on the locker, man. We are on the locker.
I hurt his ankle.
This is the time where we're in the locker room. This is entertainment at its best.
We are here for entertainment purposes only.
So, yes, I'm gonna say some wild stuff. Because if you was in the locker room with me back in the day, I said some wild stuff. So I'm gonna continue to say we in the locker. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
I got a bone to pick really quickly.
With me?
Nope.
I
just realized something, Van House. I've been in this house 19 years. I've had this jersey. I had this jersey 25 years.
Okay.
Do you know this cheap motherfucking time? You do know my jersey had A. White on it, right?
Did it?
Jermaine White was on the team too.
Oh, you're right.
So when you couldn't give me the A in the period, cheap MFers, I should send it back and tell them I want another.
Oh, who framed it? You?
No. That was the one on the senior day when we stand on the field with your parents. That's the jersey I had. I'm just realizing it don't have the A on it. But all year long, for 2 years, 3 years maybe, it was A. White. But when it come down time to give it to me, y'all trying to save money.
There's only one white, brother. Senior class is only one white. That ain't a game-worn jersey. There's only one white in the senior class. They ain't got to put an A.
They ain't got to do the senior class.
Huh?
It don't have nothing to do with the senior class. It has to do with the game. It's supposed to be a game worn jersey. The way I wore my jersey, I became A white at a certain point. It was A white.
Yeah, you're right.
Questionable. Dang. Well, where the hell is Jason Patterson? We might need him back.
I think he's healthy.
Okay.
Y'all worry about playoffs? Y'all worry about bowl games? Y'all worry about the wrong thing right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, Anthony, and this is I gotta say, this is entertainment purposes only. They don't deserve to go to a bowl game. They don't. With the talent that they have, I said to Anthony, you played on a more talented team, you played on more talented teams than I played on. Just raw talent. Coach Curry recruited those guys, but they were young when he got fired. They were freshmen, sophomores. They are on paper, an unbelievably talented team. And for them, you know what's crazy is talent overcomes coaching. Talent overcomes coach. You got a bad coach, it ain't teaching y'all nothing. It happens in high school all the time. Talent overcomes coaching. But talent does not overcome the details, the effort, the want to on Saturdays, because everybody's talented. It's mind-boggling that these kids have everything. They have the facilities. They got people do whatever they want for them. They got all this stuff, and they go and don't play their best. Anthony, don't they have study hall in Joe Craft?
Everything's in there.
We had to walk.
Is that called Joe Craft? The other one's called Joe Craft too?
Is it called Craft Center or whatever? Craft whatever?
That's the basketball stuff. I thought the football was called something else.
Well, I thought the football was called Craft something.
It could be.
Okay. I'm not saying, and we had it good. In my opinion, we had it good too. But we had to go from the footballs from Nutter and walk all the way across campus to get the Cats. They got training table. They got PT. They got everything at the disposal. You really, Anthony, don't even have to leave the facility.
Well, how you gonna catch a break from football?
No. I'm just saying, just in general. They got a barbershop in the locker room. Yeah, they got all this stuff right at their disposal. And it's unbelievably how, and on top of that, they have how many times you walked in the locker room, Anthony, like, man, that motherfucker sucks. Oh, he horrible. Oh, why he on scholarship? How many times do you walk by locker and like, man, it's stealing from the school? They can't say that with this team. On Saturday, they be stealing though. On Saturday, they be stealing money. And that ain't good, man.
Pointer want to know if you rocking with Stoops or you think it's time for a change. Tulane change. Just the sound of the man working on Tulane. Change. And this ain't the time to kick a man while he down, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave this for better times. I will say this as dealing with kids now, trying to coach them up. I can't imagine getting to a point coaching where when I start talking, they ain't listening and they don't care.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how I would feel as a coach, especially when I brought the program from 2 wins to 2 10-win seasons. They won probably more in a 5-year span in the history of modern Kentucky football. I can't imagine going into a meeting room or going on practice and putting a player to the side, and I talked to him, he looked at me side-eyed. And I know I can't smack him. Yeah. And I know I can't smack him. You know what I'm saying? For that, I'm like, all right, it might be time for me to go. Because times are different.
Didn't the boy from West Virginia's basketball coach just walk away? Not West Virginia, Virginia's.
Yeah.
Yeah, just walk.
Yeah.
And these kids, man, listen. This is entertainment purposes, and I'm gonna entertain you with this. I told y'all 3 years ago, game is ruined. Like I just told y'all, I'm gonna name some names off to you: Ronnie Lott, Muhammad Ali, Earl Campbell. I mean, it's different sport. You can name people who walked away from the game with ailments because they gave everything they love playing the game, and they weren't making half the money these people was making.
Right.
Now it's to the point where you ain't even to the professional level.
Right.
And now you can be like, man, I don't like the coach. And that's what I'm telling you. Like, I don't know what's going on with Jamarion Wilcox. You know, do y'all want to win or do y'all want to play the best? Y'all want to put the best players on the field. Is Brock the best player? I don't know. Van don't think Winstat's the guy. Some people are saying, let's get Cutter Bowley ready. Although he first. But, I mean, it was the first, though, man. You know, we got a new meeting here. Man, you was pause. You was a new, you was a DB. They throw a new quarterback in here.
I'll let you cook.
We got that. You know they ain't about to go deep on you first play.
Nope.
They ain't got time to be doing. They running something simple.
Yep.
He's sitting on the sit. I mean,
on a long throw. On a long throw.
A long
hash to the numbers. He had the guy. See, this is where you know Cutter Bowl ain't ready. They were running clear outs with 2 hitches, and he decided to throw the furthest throw you could ever make him from. He had a guy in the boundary.
And that joke ain't have a whole lot of heat on him. And I watched him play in high school. He got a little zip on it. That might be that high school zip. That ain't that college zip.
I don't think people. I want people to understand, y'all. Just think about it. From the other hash to the bottom of the numbers is a 30-yard throw. If it goes completely sideways, like you just throw it sideways, that's a 30-yard throw. Get on the field and throw from hash to the numbers. That's a long throw. Now add another 5-6 yards of it because you got to throw it 5 yards in front of you. That's like a 35, 36-yard throw. That's a long throw. You know how long it takes for you to throw 36 yards? It takes seconds. Yeah, when you could have turned to the sideline and threw a 6-yard, probably a 7-yard throw right into the boundary. And if it gets tipped down, He decided to throw that joker all the way across.
Yeah, he ain't ready. Get him some tight end over the middle, some tight end just check down or something, right? But we might be deficient in the quarterback room. We may or may not. I don't know what Cutter got. I don't know. I was looking up stats the other day, man. Bo Allen right behind Tim Couch. Like in Kentucky high school stats.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, but I can't believe Bo Allen is that bad. And I'm saying this, man. I know you ain't never had to witness this or been subjected to this, but I've been in college, never in high school, never in any other level in high school. I mean, in college, I have been subjected to the point where this guy can't play. Okay, well, let me show you.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I ain't never seen Bo really get a chance to show, but they see what's going on. But I also know there's a lot of politics in the game. I say all this to say, and I know Bush don't stay nowhere long. So again, these are entertainment for comments for entertainment purposes only. But maybe Bush is just like, man, I gotta do what I gotta do to get through this year.
Yeah, there's a lot, and I said this today on my stuff. I said the more I watch, and the more I have come to the conclusion that Bush doesn't have confidence in his players.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Bush
absolutely.
doesn't have confidence in the players knowing what to do. Because Anthony, why you got a personnel change for every formation? Anthony, if they change formation, they bring in a whole new group of people.
Yeah.
That means, okay, I got a question for you, Ant. We ain't gonna stay on here long. I got a question for you. You were a tailback. Did you know the routes that the slot had to run?
Yeah.
On both sides. It didn't matter what formation. You knew what the slot had to run.
Yeah, because I can empty set. I can. Yeah.
Did you know what the X had to run?
9 times out of 10, because we got combinations most of the time.
So there's concepts. So
Right,
even though I might not know exactly, if I'm running an arrow route, he probably run the curve.
Yeah.
Just for simplicity's sake.
Yeah.
So if you're
he ain't running the hitch, we know damn well he ain't running the hitch.
because you run into each other.
Right.
So riddle me this. If you are a football player, this is why I talk about concepts. If you're a football player and you know I'm running a corner route, there's some gonna be underneath me. Don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It could be a hitch, it could be out. We can run flood route. We don't know, but I guarantee you that somebody gonna be underneath. So if I'm the inside receiver and run a corner route, if I'm the outside receiver, I know right now if they're in cover 2, I gotta run something short of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, I ain't gotta know what I have to run. I just know if I'm the slot receiver, if I know slot routes, and I'll go have to be X, and they're running corner route.
I gotta draw his attention. I gotta track him too. Right. Gotta get in his chest, make him grab me. Right.
So my thing is this. There are some, I was gonna say the word. There are some low IQ players on this team that can't learn multiple positions. That's what I'm gonna get at. Because there's no way that we have to, Anthony, we sub every play. How can you create rhythm and tempo and when you got to bring in 3 players that getting up? Look, and the worst thing about it, look, you don't know who coming for you, right? You know how there's 2 in. You got to get 2 out. 2 going in, 2 out. Which 2?
Pee-wees,
you went out.
Yeah, that's Pee-wees.
Come on, man.
But no, I say, and that you know what's crazy to me. That's why I got a whole lot of questions I like to ask. I don't think right now is the right time to ask, but there's a whole lot of questions I like to ask because that's completely contradictory to what I was told and what I was looking forward to coming to the season. What I was told, what I learned, that everything is window dressed exactly the same. So for everything to be window dressed exactly the same, wouldn't you have to have the same personnel in? So if we make the stretch look like the waggle, make it look like bootleg, make it look like the jet sweep. If you start off with a stretch and you flip it for all that, but if you like you said, but that is what I was told. I was told that by the defensive coaches. I was told that by Bush. It was, everything looks the same. You never know. Everything looks the same. You never know what they're running. But I go with you, man. I think there's a certain point where there may not be enough confidence in execution. But I am a big proponent of this, though. I am a big proponent of if you question execution, then run what you know. And that's why I've been saying for years, if you got to shrink the playbook down, I'd rather go into the game with five plays I can run and run the hell out of them and see if we can't just play bully ball rather than try to get cute. That's what somebody said earlier. Try to get cute and mess around and put yourself in deficits all the time. No. And that's why people laugh when I say, man, just draw up a play that's going to get you 3 yards every time.
I'm gonna say this.
That's gonna put you a 4th and 1.
No, I'm gonna add this to you, Anthony. With that being said, all the stuff, this goes back to Scangarello a little bit. With all that said, they had 6 plays out there that were different maker plays that we did not make. That could change the game. All that shit that y'all want to talk about, this play, that play, why are we subbing in? And that's me included. Why are we subbing in? Why are we doing this? We had Josh Caddis butt naked open on the same play they ran on 4th and 2. He would have scored, at least would have got inside the 10. But we don't like. I like it when people want to just blame the coaches. I know that y'all gonna say they make 9 million, they make this. When the players don't execute what's called, great play, bad players can make great coaches look like shit, and great players can make shitty coaches look great. It worked both ways, and right now, neither one are helping each other out. Neither one. Neither one. Neither one. Why we bringing Wimsack in on 1st and goal at the 8-yard line? Wimsack gets you to the 1-inch line and you take his ass out. Makes no sense. Give me the rhyme or reason why you don't hurry. I don't know what was y'all hurry called, Anthony, when y'all got close. Y'all hurry. It ain't a play call, just hurry. We gonna quarterback sneak.
No, we ain't really had one.
Oh yeah, because y'all. Oh, it was Halo. Let's go, Halo. Boom, go. It's like where you spike the ball. It don't matter where the receivers are, because they ain't hitting the play anyway.
Yeah.
Just line your butt up, get 7 men on the line of scrimmage. I look left. Okay, we got 7. Go.
Right.
Why are we giving Florida time to personnel change? Because we personnel change. And then you put the quarterback who you don't want to run in the game. Not saying we shouldn't score anyway, but make that make sense to me. When you bring in a quarterback who's your running quarterback, why take him out when he got you to the inch line?
Yeah. The question on the table now is, does Vandergriff and Bush Hampton come back next year?
If Stoops is here, you have to. You have to ride it through. You have to. You have no choice. You have no choice. You have no.
Wait, what do you mean you have no choice? What do you mean?
All right, Anthony. Are you gonna ride the chance of no continuity and trust and being lucky enough to hit the jackpot with a new OC and a portal quarterback?
I'm not saying both. I said one of them can go and one of them can stay. I said, do they both come back? Because I will tell you this. I'm not opposed. I guarantee the fan base will. I guarantee the fan base will stand behind. All right, Bush. You got a whole off season. You got Cutter Bowley here. This is what we're going to, unless if he's in the portal and he sees somebody, and this is the thing, he runs a different style of offense. So if he sees some eye candy, if he sees something in the portal that he wants, okay, fine and dandy. But Carter can do a lot of different things. So if you want to be here for several years, we got a young quarterback. He's green. He's raw. I'm telling you, when I interviewed him on Sunday, he ain't never worked with no quarterback. He's raw, like raw. Whatever he's doing off natural ability and working with his brother. All right. If he can't do what you want us to do, then you show me somebody who can. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit you down. I'm gonna set you up a meeting every Monday morning with player personnel rep named Eddie Grant, and we're gonna come up with you a playbook that I want you to execute weekly. Or he could decide he don't want to be here because this ain't gonna work for him. And somebody who looked at Brock Vandergriff coming out of high school might be like, yeah, I recruited this guy out of high school, man. I know what to do with him.
Right.
But I'm not with you. I ain't certain they both come back.
I'm right now, unless Cutter Bowley does some amazing stuff between now and spring football, or now in fall camp. I don't know, man. It's hard for me. It's hard. I'm just be honest with you. It's hard for me to judge either one with some of the stuff that, unless you can tell me we get a new offensive line and they dog, and we got, I don't know, we got Archie Manning that wants to come here. We got 2 5-star tackles. We got 2 portal guards, and we got whoever we have on staff for the center. I don't see an upgrade with the position groups that we are suffering in. I just don't.
I don't think that we really have a. I ain't gonna say so much about the upgraded quarterback position. It is now that you got an opportunity to show them to do what you need them to do. Then you got a whole year to have them do what you want them to do.
Yeah, no,
like I said, unless you got somebody who's tailor-made, you don't really find people tailor-made for your offense. You really should tailor your offense around people, unless you run RPO, speed option, something that got something to do with anything other than just playing quarterback.
Did y'all hear what he said? Did y'all hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? That's why we both love Eddie Grant. Because it didn't matter if you gave Eddie Grant a quarterback with a bubblegum tinfoil arm, he found a way. Or a quarterback that couldn't throw the ball, he found a way. You found a quarterback who could only run a straight line, he found a way. You had a quarterback who was tough as nails, who was stand in the pocket, and he found a way. Like, it didn't matter if we had Boone Williams, AJ Rose, Snell, or he had C-Rod for it. Didn't matter. It didn't matter. Right. He found a way. He found a way to make the best use of his team. At those times, the O-line and the running back were the strength, and we leaned on the strength.
Florida State job is open.
Ain't nobody firing Mike Norville.
Gotta go to you go get some more. Nah, man. I think we developed the ones we got here, man. I think we developed the ones we got here, man.
Anthony, I'm gonna get on your ass, which means getting on my ass. Pause. Yeah.
No diddy.
Remember at the end of last year, especially when we found out we was playing Clemson, how and before that, we got on Dabo Swinney a lot. We were on his ass. On his ass. Then I thought about this a couple weeks ago. The one thing Dabo Swinney does is sticks to what he knows.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't going in the portal. He ain't dealing with certain stuff. He makes some cockamamie statements and all that BS, but that's what he believes and he holds true to it. Anthony, guess how many games Clemson has lost this year?
1.
Guess who that was 2?
Clemson.
Georgia. Clemson lost to Georgia.
Let's keep waiting. No.
Well, what I'm saying is that MFer last year was the first time he didn't win double-digit games in forever.
Right.
And people were like, oh, he done lost it. He won 9 games. I think there was a point where we venture away from what we did best. And now we're paying for it.
Yeah, I think at some point, kind of we'll be saying what you're saying. I think at some point, Mark got to stop trying to quit reinventing the wheel. Yeah, like I said, we got identity on defense. Like I said, that defensive backfield have always been a little soft and a little bit like and some people like to say, like you like to say, that that's the most difficult position. So I think they give them such an easy task, like, hey, just do the best you can. With the front 7, they held to, hey man, look, we gotta put that pressure on them. I think, like you said, I think we gotta stop reinventing the wheel every year if he wants to be successful. Bring people in. Look, this is what you got to do if you want to play here. It ain't about no money. It really ain't about no
stars.
Yeah, and all that stuff. Look, this is what I need you to come in and do. I need you to do this every time, every play. I need you to do this. And then, and put the people in instead of every year, man. Like I said, we done brought 2 offensive linemen every year. And the bad part about it is we done brought offensive linemen in who's backups. Why would you bring a backup offensive lineman in? If that's the case, I'd rather just develop the one I got. Or at least get him run plays where I know his weaknesses, I know his strengths. So I just think he gotta find his identity and stick to it, man. We see when the for some reason the coordinator assistant.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
Like this.
Y'all crazy.
All right,
crazy.
man.
People crazy. Hey,
I will.
Kennesaw State won its first game of the year. They beat Liberty.
That's what somebody posted. Yeah, somebody posted that earlier. Said, yeah, Liberty was undefeated, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy as hell. That's talking about that's a parity in the sports, man.
Yeah.
I will say, somebody said,
check out how many offensive coordinators Nick Saban had at Alabama.
I'm gonna say this. This is a stepping stone program.
Exactly.
If you're a college football fan, this is not a place that you go now. If you are the one who come here and get us to go 11-1 every year, like just turn the program around, then you could turn this into that. Because I don't know what Alabama was in the 1920s and some of the other schools. Like at one point in time, apparently we was cold, but I think it was only Caucasians playing and with us, so that made it a little different. But I do think that this is I don't know, Van may say otherwise. This is to me a stepping stone program. Like this ain't somewhere you gonna go, and that is a lot of the problem why the $9 million contract is a problem. Like you paying somebody $9 million, but all the other coaches who are making $9 million or more are at programs that
Don't
are
make me go through this again. Don't make me go through this again, man. We just went through this last week. We just went through this. He's making $9 million because he's been here the longest.
But we didn't have to. I think we're a little desperate. Do we have to pay him that? We didn't have to bump him up like that.
I got a question. For you, Anthony. You were in sales, right? At one time, right?
I was where?
You was in sales, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's just say you have an employee, you paying them $10. He makes the Gold Club or whatever, the Gold Star, whatever at that point. You got to bump him up because somebody else coming after him, right? Or you just going to lose him. He's your best sales guy, right?
Right.
Then he keeps going at. Then he breaks the company record. He goes platinum. You got to compensate him. So now your 10 is probably at 30 now. He goes platinum again. So what do? You got to keep elevating. Here's the thing I want y'all to understand. All them people that up on that list, name one that's been coaching as long as Coach Stoops has as an institution. 0. Kirby Smart is the closest one. And Kirby Smart's won how many championships? 2, 3? How many championships did Mike Norville win?
You said at one institution. Did you say one institution?
Yeah.
Oh.
All of them. Lane Kiffin's been at Ole Miss, 4 or 5 years? He's making the same amount as Stoops. He's been there 12. Brian Kelly's been at LSU 3 years, making more than Mark Stoops. Mike Norville's been at Florida State 3 years, making more than. Come on now, like if y'all want to come pockets. But there's a reason why he's paid what he's paid.
But they expected all them coaches you name expected to win a national championship or at least a conference.
All those institutions and programs you stated have won it before.
Exactly.
We haven't. When did we won an SEC title?
So if I got a salesperson, you said I took them $10 that they keep doing their business, I get them up to $40 or $50. And once I get them up to $40 or $50, then you plateau. You have $50.
I'm still bringing more product and more clients to your business than you ever had in your life.
And that's why you're making $50.
Right.
So I put like this. I wouldn't have a problem if we was paying Stoops 7.5. I don't have a problem with what we pay him because he came and did a job you asked him to do. I just think we overassessed the situation.
Now,
If
now,
I'm writing a check, if I'm the big hat in Texas, because he went down there and seen the big hat in Texas.
there you
The
go.
big hat in Texas said, "Look, this we evaluate you at $7 million just to come in and do whatever you've been doing. If you
Because
want
you
this 8,
changing,
9, 10,
because you changing institutions. You changing jobs.
right? So he's here, he's staying here, making what he can make because." Because you saying he's earned the right to stay here, which is understandable. But
Yeah, that's
you
all.
may or may not have been the same person that said, Calipari, who's made millions of dollars for his players, put all these players in NFL, I mean NBA, and has won a national championship. Oh, he got to go because he can't win in the postseason. But all we want our football team is to make it to the postseason.
This program that Calipari came to also have already won 7 national championships. That's the standard.
When John Calipari came here, we were poised to win national championships.
No. What I'm saying is,
exactly.
No. What I'm saying is, it's the same thing. Now, I can agree with you. Should we have gotten up to 9? I don't. That to me is, but you got up to 9. Whatever he got up to, that's where you get up to. He ain't getting more than that now. So if you're right, they should have maybe stopped at 7. They may have started at 7, 6. I don't know, but to count pockets when he's already making that, he ain't come and start making 9. Right? Through years, he stacked up the credibility to get to 9. That's all I'm saying. Whatever. However you want to look at it, you look at it, but to sneeze at that is kind of, how much Kirby making? 13? 12?
Who?
Kirby.
Yeah, in between 12 and 13. It ain't 13, quite 13.
It's 12 plus $1 million.
Yeah.
There's a reason why. Is Kirby Smart really worth $12 million? If you really think about it.
What? If you want to win the national championship every year?
Kirby Smart. All right. I got a question for you, Anthony.
If that's the standard, he's the standard. Yes.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you because it's 9:45. I know that's 10:45 for you. If Kirby Smart had the same team, don't change anything. He came coach at Kentucky. How many more wins would we have just because we had Kirby Smart?
2.
Okay.
Immediately, maybe not.
But no.
Because you got to change the culture.
No. Look, he steps in the exact same situation. No recruiting. No, because it's Kirby Smart. We just, I don't know. You remember the show White Swap, where just in the middle of the season that swap. Yeah. We just swap coaches right now. Stop the season, pause it. Swap coaches. Same players, same entitlement, same attitude, same everything. How many games would Kirby Smart win?
Well, let me ask you a question, asshole.
Hold
on, sucker. So how many does the Stoops win at Georgia?
I'm gonna say this.
Nah, you gonna say something? Or you gonna answer the question?
I think Stoops with that team loses 1 game.
One more game or 1 game altogether?
1 game all season.
Well, one thing I will give you probably is that the core offensive coordinator may be a whole nother situation. But okay, if you resting on that,
do you not think we just saw AJ send me some stuff, and then I looked at Kirby Smart press conference. Kirby Smart said, I challenged my leadership. He ain't say I challenged the team. I challenged my leaders to be the liaison to these knuckleheads. To focus and do. You can't do this on our team. If Kirby Smart said, hey, leaders, I challenge y'all.
But no, that's the culture Mark Stoops has built. That's what I'm saying. If Kirby was here long enough, Kirby gonna bring guys here, and they gonna do that underneath him.
Anthony, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, y'all. This is what I'm saying. Is I know LSU kind of well. They go through the same stuff we're going through. They got knuckleheads on the team that don't go to class, that sleep in meetings, that are late for meetings, and all the other stuff. But you know what happens, Anthony? When they get into that 53 and the third, 120-yard rectangle, guess what they do? They ball out. They ball out. Their best player don't take plays off. They strain because they are football players. And they ain't worried about all the other stuff when they get on the field. Now, outside the field, they worry about, hey, where my bread? Where my bread? Did you see what? Where my bread? But when they get in Tiger Stadium or away game, all that stuff is gone and they ball out. We ain't got that.
Oh man, I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna get out here with this, man.
Okay.
Because you on this bull jive. You on the bull jive. I'm gonna say you this. You just said what you said about Kirby. You said what you said about Stoops. Nick Saban's no longer coaching college football.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama is almost three quarters, not even three-quarters way through the season.
Mm-hmm.
2 losses.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what, most people, they still got LSU on there. They still got got Missouri on there.
Mm-hmm.
They got some things on there. They still got to see Auburn. And I'm just saying, just because that's a rival.
Mm-hmm.
They got Oklahoma, who
Mm-hmm.
ain't been showing. But I'm saying they got 2 games and still got to play with another 2, 3. Auburn ain't gonna be ranked. Another 2 ranked teams and a rival. Only thing you don't understand, and I think college football as a whole don't give a piss about nothing but the dogs, the Tide, and the dogs. This is about nothing but the Tide. That's why I said the dogs.
That's good. Yeah, that was good.
And
that
them
was
jokers
good.
losing. They changed the coach. Yeah, they changed the coach because the culture changed.
The culture changed because they also lost 40 players. But yeah, you're right. You're right. There comes some adaptation to new voice. You're exactly right. I guarantee you Alabama doesn't practice as hard as they used to. I don't know nobody at Alabama, but I know Ricky Thomas, if he was there, he'll be pissed at the way they practice.
Right.
I guarantee you. I guarantee you the bar does not have the attention to details in practice like Saban does. And these players have is foreign to them. But Anthony, I'm gonna say this. Let's say Alabama is going to lose one more game. So Alabama's going to end up being what, 9-3?
Yeah.
Right? 12-game season?
Yeah.
They're going to end up 9-3. That's not, here's the crazy. That's not the standard for them.
Exactly.
Right. So it's crazy how that's not the standard for them, but we expect 8-9 wins from this team.
No, don't try and reverse it now. You acting like we swapped
No,
coaches.
I just thought about that because when you saying, I'm like, damn, they have lost 2 games. And they should have beat Tennessee, but they lost. So they're 5-2. Now they're gonna probably lose to LSU. So the best that they can get out of the season with is probably 10-3. And their fans are revolting.
And that's why they coach make $10 million a year.
He doesn't make 10 million.
Yeah, he does. Where he at?
He at 9.
Upper 9 though.
Right. For a guy who is first year at Bama.
Yeah. Yeah. Texas A&M coach
No,
only got
he's
one
at
loss.
10. You're right. Yeah,
I
he's
thought
at
it was
10.
10 something.
You're right. He's at 10. So he's at 10 1 year.
Yeah.
Bama's not beating LSU. I could be wrong, but I would not put my money on Bama beating LSU. That defense is not good. That front, I don't know what happened to Alabama's front 3, but whatever happened, graduation, defection, whatever happened, them jokers are soft. That front three soft.
We're gonna see, man. Sheesh.
Man, it's late, bro.
All
Get on
right,
out,
man. Y'all hit that like button. Slap that like button, man. Like, subscribe, share, follow, man. This is I guess that's the disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only. Van Hal's thoughts is Van Hal's thoughts, and all he is all alone, all by himself.
I love it.
Yeah, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Hopefully, I'm gonna go out to check out this last SEC game. I'll get out here against Auburn. Auburn Tigers. I'm gonna see what they got since Ticketmaster and jacked up my tickets. Next year, y'all ain't getting no money out of me.
Really?
Y'all don't give me no damn tickets. You ain't getting no money out of me. Hell with y'all.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Hold on. Yeah, go watch UK basketball, men's and women. Because
The women gonna be balling.
The
women gonna be balling.
Women better be balling. We ain't got no problems with their over that NIL and getting them ready. Coach Brooks about to get us where we need to be.
For sure.
We'll be back next week. Hopefully, we'll be back at 500. Hit that like, slap that like, bring your friends, subscribe, share, follow. We'll be back next week.